That detective was part of a case that ended with an innocent man going to prison for murder. It's the latest development in a story the I-Team has been following for years. Councilman David James says it's time to talk about this case.
I'm calling for a review of the investigation.
James says he wants to see how it was all examined.
We have seen recently that some of the investigations that have taken place at LMPD were not done thoroughly and detailed enough.
And former state rep Denny Butler says it's time for him to speak up.
To me, I don't believe justice is being served.
Now that the investigation is over, this former state representative and former Louisville Metro Police detective is now talking publicly for the first time about a case that stayed with him.
We have a white police officer who intentionally lied on a young black man to try to have the criminal justice system execute him for a crime he had nothing to do with.
When Butler worked at LMPD's cold case unit,
Show them this shit when they won't talk about numbers and statistics.
In 1995, Chandler was convicted of killing Brenda Whitfield at a local convenience store. A big piece of the investigation was linked to Chandler's confession. Butler says some of the information could only be known by the killer. But in 2009, a fingerprint on a beer bottle at the crime scene helped to prove that Chandler didn't commit the crime. Former Detective Mark Handy took the confession from Chandler and testified under oath at trial that Chandler told him the details.
He intentionally lied to gain the conviction of an innocent man for a murder he had nothing to do with.
Butler says most police officers do the right thing.
Not
But he
most.
says not
Yeah,
in this
okay.
case.
And to me, that is so disturbing.
Some. A
And yet
percentage.
our Louisville leaders knowingly and recklessly allow the same policeman to serve our community carrying a badge and a gun today.
Mark Handy now serves
Knowingly.
as Jefferson County Sheriff's deputy. LMPD investigated Handy.
Or they
and turned
ship
over
him
the
out to
findings
another
the
fucking
Commonwealth
county.
Attorney's Office. 6 prosecutors reviewed the case. They didn't take the case to the grand jury because they said there wasn't enough sufficient evidence to obtain a conviction. Handy was not available for comment for this story.
Look at him. He
and
looked dirty.
previously declined our request for interviews to talk about the matter.
If someone is covering it up, they should be held accountable for their actions.
Butler and James say they want all the information to come to light.
Got to.
Handy also was involved in another homicide investigation in Meade County. The defendant's convictions were overturned in that case in part because of concern over Handy's testimony about the suspect's statement.
Crooked.
Those with the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department say they have no concerns about Handy working as a deputy.
Bet they don't.
Well, some top questions ahead.